also forgot to hit the stop on the song. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Are you wearing a headset?
I am wearing a headset. I didn't feel like sitting on my stuff tonight. I was in a rush.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for finding the spot of geek news. I
Yeah,
rebranded us.
that's everybody prefers to be told, "Hey, thanks for finding that spot, G." It's
Right.
fine.
Hey, Charles, how you doing? Oh, I am so unprepared today. How about you?
We were running a few minutes behind. I was trying to make sure I crammed in an episode of The Office and caught up in The Penguin. So it was a lot of cramming at the end there. It's had a hectic week or so with the kids and all the pre-holiday Halloween
Did I know?
stuff and Halloween show Friday that I was playing at and all sorts of business. No movie time, unfortunately.
What
And
was
I've
the
been
movie?
sucked into this like 5-year-old D&D session on Amazon that I'm trying to finish up.
Ooh.
That is sucked me in, I will say. That I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's got Mark Bernardin and Todd Stashwick and Tiffany
Mm,
Smith
nope.
and Deborah Ann Wall.
Mm-mm.
It's great. Do you know who any of those people are?
Yes, I know who most of those people are.
I never know. I always feel like I'm obligated to ask if they weren't on The Office. I don't know if you know who people are.
I
Um,
do kind of know people in the office. Not in the office.
and there was somebody else on it too, whose name I forget. She's a TikTok Twitcher, or Twitch talker.
Oh, dude. So, hey, Dom. Hey, Pete. And T popping in at his daughter's choir fall concert just to pop in and say hi and a little go Yankees. And hi to Savius. But what's up, everybody? Look at the love. I love the love.
I know it's really wonderful. Always a sword and sorcery adventure is what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
super fun. Um, yeah, look, all sorts of stuff there. So yeah, that just that stuff and trying to catch up on some other stuff. I've managed to convince my youngest to move on from Bluey and is now onto the Care Bears. So that's exciting. It's a big change.
Okay.
Because she is determined to only pick up the bad lessons from Bluey and not get to the moral of any of the stories. So she says, "Oh, look at these kids being horrible," and then she stops paying attention in the
Right.
7 minutes before it gets to the lesson at the end where you learn why that's bad. So she just does those. It's great. It's really delightful.
That
Love it.
is amazing.
Yeah, I thought so. How about you, man?
I had an office list and I didn't save it and I can't find it.
That's
Um,
okay. I probably
I,
haven't seen most of those episodes yet anyway.
no, this was a good one. This was like 10 episodes that couldn't be shown today.
I
It's
I
a
feel like
lot.
that list is much longer than 10.
Yeah. I'm okay. I took a personal day today at work. And I had a nice full fulfilling weekend. I did nothing on Friday. I did nothing on Saturday. Actually, wait, Saturday I went to a viewing slash kind of funeral thing, but that's okay. It was an aunt. Yeah, it
Got
was
it.
an aunt. It was an aunt. It was a close aunt, but it was an
Okay.
aunt. Um, and Sunday I went and I found out that I am absolutely awful at top golfing. Like I
It's just
am,
golf. It's
I
still
am
just hitting a golf ball.
so bad. I'm okay at a sand wedge, and I went with a nice big group for our friend Angie's birthday. Usually, like we usually go throw axes. We do axe throwing, and she wanted to do something different. So we went to the Top Golf, and I watched Mike Jansen and Ray absolutely destroying balls, hitting them to the back of the net in the air,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was hitting the net like right in front, like the protective net, so you don't
Yeah.
fall over. That's the
Yeah,
net.
you were getting in those red targets. Good
No,
for you.
no, the literally like if you walk
Yo,
off,
I know what you're talking about. Yep. Yep.
I wasn't even hitting the red target some of the time.
Yeah.
I
It
was
means you were picking up your head, Frank. You were looking up every time
yeah.
you were swinging.
I have realized that I'm gonna stick to playing hockey. I am
Yeah.
awful, awful, awful at the Top Golf.
Sounds like a good call.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I keep changing, and thanks, Dom, for about the setup. I appreciate that. And I can't. My one thing fell, and it cut the Joker's face, which
Oh no,
kind of works. Um,
it
but
does.
I'll replace that with the Smallville picture that's showing up tonight.
Very nice.
Yeah, just not in time for this. So yeah, so we got yeah. I watched a video, Dom, about driving, just holding the hands and like they're like keep your arms stiff all the way through, and I'm watching Ray and Mike, and
Yeah,
they're like cranking it, and I'm like, I
yeah.
can't.
None of that matters. Just keep your eye on the ball. It's literally the most important thing in the entire swing.
Yeah, I have a lifetime membership to the Top Golf up here in the Northeast because
Yeah,
of a party that I'll never
yeah.
use because I stunk at it. So you
Well,
know,
you got to go and do the Angry Birds ones. Then it's fine. They have Sonic the Hedgehog's coming in 3 days, bud.
did see the Angry Birds thing, and we just did the whole drive. And out of the 12 people, I think I finished 10th or 11th. Like
Oh well,
Mark,
that's good.
Jimmy and Mark finished well above me. Well above me. Mark was
Got
killing.
it.
Yeah, not me. I tried not swinging hard. I tried swinging hard. I tried twisting and turning. I'm just gonna stick to shooting a hockey ball.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah. Um, I have two of the list things.
Oh, it's
They're not
exciting.
they're not like great lists. These aren't like top 10 kind of things. This first one is the 10 most anticipated new TV shows of November 2024, according to real data. It's not
Oh, look, they just made some announcements. Apple TV is gonna be nonstop for the next 3 months on Apple TV.
so
They just made a big announcement next month.
this is partnering with predictive media analytics company Diesel Labs.
Love them.
Screen Rant has exclusive data analyzing the new TV shows with the most online engagements ahead of their debuts. So
Okay,
we're going to see what this is. This isn't exactly a ranking.
all organic, I'm sure.
This isn't exactly a ranking. This is more of a there's an attention scale and an attention
Got it.
signal to these. So, in no particular order, I'm just going to go from top to bottom. Premiering on November 15th is the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight on Netflix. It has 100% attention scale.
Look, as long as Mike Tyson wins, I'm all for it.
I'm in the same boat. That's kind of where I'm at with this.
If Mike Tyson does not win, it's fixed.
I kind of believe I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Premiering on November the 7th on Peacock. This is a crime drama, The Day of the Jackal. Is a
So that's
2.38% attention rate.
well, that was a movie at
There
some
was a
point,
movie.
and I'm sure it was a book.
It was a Bruce Willis movie. I
Oh,
believe
that's
one of Jack
was it?
Black's first roles. The Jackal? Yeah, Bruce Willis was the bad guy. Richard Gere? Yeah, if I'm thinking of the movie, right?
No, not at all.
What am I thinking of?
The Day of the Jackal was
The Day of the
1973.
Okay.
It's 1973. And
So
started Edward Fox.
okay.
And
I'm thinking
yeah, it
of
was
1997 The Jackal.
no. This was a professional assassin codenamed the Jackal was killing President Charles de Gaulle.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this was the aftermath of the France allowing Algeria's independence.
Gotcha. Okay. So I was definitely thinking of a different Jackal.
100%. Yeah, I knew which one you were like. I was like, oh, the Bruce. I was like, I don't think that's this.
No. Yeah, this looks actually pretty good. It's got Eddie Redmayne in the as the assassin. Lashana Lynch is the FBI agent chasing him.
Yeah, it looks like this is a reimagining.
Yeah.
I did actually see a trailer for this, and the cast looks great.
Yeah, same. This is one
Eddie
that
Redmayne is a tough guy. It's a little hard for me to swallow, but it's we'll see how it goes.
we'll see, maybe. Now we got on November 17th on HBO Max, Dune Prophecy.
No,
But
I keep trying, and it's going to be so hard to follow.
It's set in a universe.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan of all of the new Dune stuff. You watched it all.
Listen,
You're caught up. It's off the
I
list.
I am a huge sci-fi nerd, and I didn't even get through the original Dune back in the
Yeah.
80s or the
Well,
70s.
so imagine that original Dune, 4 hours longer, and you have the new Dune movies. That this has nothing to do with anything in the movies, really. I don't think, if I
Okay.
remember right, it's either hundreds of years before, 100 years after, or sometime. I don't know, whichever. But it looks hard to follow. Is all I know because I don't even think they know how to make a trailer for this.
Oh,
The trailers look like, oh, so this is just it's going to tell 100 stories and not really any of them well. It seems like
gotcha.
it's going to be great.
See,
Can't
now
wait.
our bars switched. Um, then we have on the 12th of November on NBC, we have a comedy, St. Denis Medical. This is starring David Allen Greer and Wendy McClendon Covey. This is an underfunded and understaffed Oregon hospital. A dedicated team of doctors and nurses struggles to maintain their sanity while delivering care to their patients. Set in a mockumentary style, this workplace comedy brings humor and heart to the high stakes of environment of healthcare. Is Bill Lawrence going to sue somebody? Because that
Uh,
sounds.
did he? Is he from The Office? Because it looks like it's The Office.
This looks like it's Scrubs, but in the style of The Office. Is basically what this looks like.
Well, yeah, it's just I mean, look. Speaking of things in the style of The Office, What We Do in the Shadows came back last week.
You said that.
Raging, like, oh my god, so good.
Well,
Yeah, look, this show will probably make it a solid 4 to 6 episodes before they cancel it. Is my guess.
um, maybe. I don't know.
It looks like that one they did with the car company
Yeah, I know what you mean.
with what's her name, American, whatever it was called.
Chavez?
No, no, it was
Ferrari.
called American. No, no, not the actress.
Oh. Well, you let me hang there for a minute. Um, I don't
Trying
know.
to remember her name.
Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe. Um, and then we have here on the 14th on Amazon a crime drama called Cross. Cross follows the titular Alex Cross, a detective and forensic psychologist, particularly adept at understanding and analyzing the minds of killers and their victims. This is starring
You,
Aldous Hodge, who I really like.
you
Uh,
know Alex Cross.
do I?
You do. There's been quite a few movies about Alex Cross previously. There's dozens of books.
Oh, okay.
Um,
No.
yeah, there's been quite a few movies about it. Morgan Freeman was in him and Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. I believe Medea. Why can't I remember his name?
Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry also played Alex Cross not that long ago. So there's a lot of movies already out about it. I think this is going to be the closest to the character in the books. It looks like these series are all trying to go more the route that Reacher has taught them is the right way to go. Like cast somebody that can pull off the character in your book, because there's
Gotcha.
probably somebody that can do that acts now. So yeah, that preview looks fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good. And it's on Amazon. I might grab that. I know what I'm watching next, and we'll get there in a minute. Like after I'm done with Lost, I have like 4 episodes left, and I'm finally done. And I know where I'm
Then you're
going.
going to Doctor Who, right?
It's one of the 2 of that I'm going to next. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have on the 17th, Landman. This is one from one of your favorite creators, Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, that sounds awful. Whatever it is. Wait, Yellowstone wasn't on here? Is this the only new series?
No, this is this is new. Anticipated. Yellowstone is not on here yet on this.
Okay.
This is based on the podcast series Boomtown. Landman follows the wealthy oil tycoons and the workers involved in the Texas oil industry, comparing and contrasting their lives while exploring the politics between the two. It sounds to me like Dallas.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound great.
No. As far as the cast, we have, Billy Bob Thornton, Ali Larter. It's not a bad cast. Jacob Laughlin, James Jordan. Maybe, probably not.
I mean, I don't know what I've seen Ali Larter in since Heroes season 2.
She's had bit things here and there.
And I am a huge fan of Ali Larter.
Same. Cherry Hill Zone.
Yeah. Oh, look, it might be. I'm sure it'll be good.
We only have 4 more of these. Senna on 11/29 from Netflix. It's a drama. This is a Netflix original biographical series focusing on the Brasilia Formula One legend, Ayrton Senna. Young Heart star Gabriel Leone portrays Ayrton Senna's life in the 6
Nope, I have no idea what that is.
No, neither do I.
Larter was in Jay and Silence Bob Strike Back. That's true. It's her Shannon Elizabeth.
Her and Shannon. She was one of the
and Jennifer Schwalbach.
Yeah.
Also known as Mrs. Kevin Smith.
So Senna for me is a miss. I'm not big on Formula One and racing stuff, except Ford versus Ferrari was really, really good.
It was.
Then we have on the 7th from Amazon, Citadel Honey Bunny. This is a spy.
Now you're just making things up.
This is a spy action thriller set in the 90s. Follows the origins of a clandestine spy agency blending espionage with a touching love story. This has nobody I'm aware of, nobody I'm familiar with. I do not know who Honey or Bunny is. So
I doubt that. Nope. You definitely don't know anybody in that show.
No, I don't. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the names because they're
it's the Russo brothers.
Oh, okay. All right, then maybe. Maybe.
That's all it took. You liked the Gray Man so much that you trust the Russo brothers.
I trust the Russo brothers. And that's
look, they just keep making knockoff Winter Soldiers.
We have on the 28th, we have a reality competition show called Second Chance Stage. And then again on the 21st on Max, we have Human vs. Hamster, a game show that the premise, they don't have a link to click on it, but just the fact that it's a human versus a hamster, you kind of hooked me at the title.
I would assume that it is just people doing hamster things in real life.
I'm in. Actually, now...
it was American Auto was the show I was trying to think of, by the way.
Gotcha. Human versus hamster. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm watching this. So it's a light and irreverent competition show where groups of people go to head with hamsters in scaled games of strength, smarts, and agility to find out who is the superior species. I'm in.
I don't know how familiar you are with Sarah Sherman, who is the host.
Not at all.
She's from Saturday Night Live. She's been on SNL the last few years. She's great.
Okay.
Quirky, weird. She will be absolutely brutal to these people.
Look.
That don't perform.
Versus hamsters. I'm rooting for the hamsters. I'm telling you now. I will watch this every blessed week that it's on just to give an update on it.
I wonder if I have to race the hamsters. I guess we'll find out.
Please. And that's it. I'm going to save the other list for next week because I want to hear what you watched.
No, so other stuff that's not on that list though. Silo.
Silo's coming back.
Did you ever watch season 1 of Silo?
It's on my actual
list. Damn it. You need to watch for season 2 because Silo is a fantastic show that would definitely be something we should talk about.
I want to watch Doctor Who, but I also want to watch Shrinking.
Yeah, Shrinking's 22-minute long episodes.
Right.
That shouldn't be a heavy lift.
No, I should be able to get through that at work.
Silo is a fantastic first season and sets up season 1 incredibly well. So I'm stoked for what they're gonna do with that. The funny part is, right, but they set up from season 1 was great. So they set up season 2. The other work that they did on Apple TV with Severance was amazing. For season 1, which was like a year before Silo season 1 came out, and Severance season 2 is coming out 3 months after Silo season 2.
Oh,
it doesn't come out till January, but looks wild already. Just the setup that they've already done for Severance. So, like I said, between those and now my wife's back in town, we got to catch up on Shrinking. Apple TV is definitely putting out some quality stuff for the next few months.
I was looking for art. Oh, there it is.
So when does Skeleton Crew come out? I thought that was a November drop. Is that not in the top 10?
That's not in that. See, this was based on an AI thing.
Yeah. I would have assumed that it was a November drop, though. Maybe it's not.
Through is coming
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Yes.
That's why.
Uh-huh.
My
And
new room also gives me multiple monitors, so I can keep up on stuff now.
I missed the other room with the stuff in the background.
Yeah, we'll go back.
And then we have Yellowstone. Actually, it's coming back, which really looks good. And I mean, I'll be all in on it. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I committed. Similar to my watching of The Office now, I committed to Yellowstone at one point because you said how wonderful it was, and I proceeded to
Hated
hate
it.
watch 5 seasons
Hated
of
it.
Yellowstone.
I
It's
was gonna
so bad.
I was gonna rewatch it in anticipation of the last half of the season, but because Lost has taken me so long and has wounded me emotionally once again, I'm not going to do that.
Wait till you get to the end.
Of Lost?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
going to
aware.
be wounded emotionally.
I didn't hate the end of Lost. I actually really liked the end of Lost.
I know. I know. I
Anyway,
just have to make sure you say that every week so it's always on recording, fresh somewhere for somebody to get it.
it'll be there. It'll be there when I get there. There's a documentary coming out soon called Getting Lost or something like that, where they
Oh.
interview 13 of the cast members. Matthew Fox declined to participate.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because his career's
He's
going
done so
so well.
much. He's done so much since then. Why would he want to?
Yeah.
Why would he want to participate in that?
So what about
I think it's already out, by the way.
No, it's not, is it?
It looks like it came out September 22nd.
No, hasn't come out yet.
Maybe not. Oh, it's in festivals and stuff. That's why.
Yeah. So you watch stuff, right? You watch more than me. I mean, I watch stuff, but it's the stuff we're going to talk about later.
I mean, the only other thing I not a whole lot this past week. Other than that show I mentioned earlier, that because that just trying to burn through that has taken up a little bit of time. The Care Bears is a heavy lift, getting through all the Care Bears episodes that I've had to watch, and you know, I did right before, like I said, I was late to this, was catching up on The Office to make sure that I at least had an episode under the belt, which a lot of stuff happened this episode. So episode Cocktails.
Cocktails.
So which is when Jan and Michael go to the boss's party and come out, but that's not the big part. Then Kate tortures Jim the whole party. Dwight continues to be the guy that you're like, you're a little off. So they should stop making fun of you because it seems like you really have some problems.
To who?
Dwight, when he keeps wandering through the house and you're like, oh, you just can't help it. Like you're just a little touched. Okay. And Michael, same thing, because you're like, he should really understand this because you know he runs like a branch of a company and shouldn't be this dumb. I get it. It's humor's sake. It's the show. It's fine. And then you also get Pam and the rest of the crew going to a bar.
Yep.
And her telling Roy. I knew it was three letters started with R-O. I would have gotten there. 24 more chances. I would have been there.
You would have.
Yeah. So she tells him that Jim kissed her. And then we get the fallout from there because it's new Confident Pam that I doubt will be new Confident Pam for more than like 2 to 3 episodes. Maybe the end of the season. So you get Toby trying to work Pam, even though Roy's there and kissed her when he came in, but Toby's still going to go for it all night. You get the, Roy and his brother not reacting well to the news that Jim was trying to steal his fiance.
No.
Which, again, not a great move by Jim.
Well, like, no.
If it wasn't there before then, like, there should have been a conversation before you get to that point.
Yeah,
with Pam, it's not a let me kiss you and make you realize it. It's a like let's talk about this.
I enjoyed this episode for all the little things that went on with Karen messing with Jim. The whole episode was really funny.
It's great.
It was hilarious, and she's such a great addition to the cast. I kind of wish she had stayed throughout the rest of the running of the show.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer she's on the show, and I don't want to.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not.
But yeah, I don't know why you would ever take Pam over her. I've said that since she showed up on the show, and I was like, oh, she and Jim are going to date. That's cute. There's no reason that you would ever diss her for Pam.
Yeah.
Because Pam's a bully
Well,
and not really a good person.
and Roy really did a number on that bar.
Yeah, they like dug in, him and his brother, but then his brother paid for it all, so it was fine. They made up for it.
Right.
Nobody had to go to jail.
No cops were called.
Yeah, it was good.
Not
We've
a
all
lot.
been there. It's fine.
Well, Scranton police are busy trying to catch the
Yeah,
strangler.
they were probably at Tinks.
They were
Let's be
trying to
honest.
catch the strangler. You don't know about him yet.
Nope.
No. You'll
So
see.
they were probably at Tinks, is my guess.
Oh,
Enjoying their night.
yeah, maybe. And
Tinks
what?
is a big nightclub in Scranton, Pennsylvania, by the way, for anybody that's like, what is he talking about? Is he making fun of something? No, it's
No.
just a big nightclub that used to exist in Scranton, Pennsylvania around this time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe an appearance by a local cover band.
Could be. I have not been to Tinks since 2002.
Oof. What else? Did you watch anything else? I mean, aside from you squeezed in the Penguin, we're going to talk about that.
I hit Penguin. I hit Agatha. I watched Superman and Lois.
Awesome. So
I think those were all the things that I managed to find time to watch.
So we can touch on what Dom said. The Joker 2 finally broke even, hit 200 million.
Look at it go.
No,
it did. I think Smile hit that in its opening weekend. Smile 2 is already there.
Yeah. The box office for this week, the top 5, Venom hit the 51 million mark at the 3-day total, domestic for its first weekend. Smile 2 hit 9.4 million with a total for 2 weekends of 40.7 million. Conclave 6.5 million in its first weekend. The Wild Robot in its 5th weekend did another 6.5 to bring it up to 111.3 in 5 weekends, almost reaching Joker money. And We Live in Time hit 4.8, which brought it up to 11.7 for its 3rd weekend. Venom movie, I've seen some things. Wild Robot, Dom. Yeah, I heard Wild Robot. I've read Wild Robot was great.
Yeah, I've heard great stuff about Wild Robot.
Yeah, Venom. I haven't heard good things about it. It sounds like it's like the weakest of the 3, which is saying something.
Look, none of them were good.
Well,
so it's not like, oh my god.
They're not good. They're not cinematic masterpieces, no. But the first movie was fun. The second movie was so I just wanted the third movie to be fun.
So Venom is already the 21st highest grossing movie internationally of 2024.
Wow.
So it only did 51 in the US, yes, but it's already at 175 million worldwide.
Right, because it does way better overseas.
Which puts it 25 million below Joker 2.
How many weeks is Joker 2
out? More than 1.
No, and this is a very good point. Dom said outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, the comic movies were all terrible. I don't expect Kraven to be any better. I think Kraven might be better than Venom 3, but I don't think it's going to be a good movie. I hope I'm wrong.
Look, I don't know that any of the movies from Sony outside of the core Spider-Man movies and the Into the Spider-Verse were good. Right? Like I can't say that any of them have been good movies. For the most part, the Venom movies have been fantastic popcorn films.
Yep.
Right? Like I've enjoyed all of them as far as popcorn films go. So the 5 movies that we have so far, right? We had Venom, Let There Be Carnage, we had Morbius, Madam Web, and Venom: The Last Dance. Are the ones in this.
I can't even rank them because I haven't seen them all.
Have you seen any of them?
Yeah, I didn't see Madam Web or Morbius. I saw the others.
So you saw Venom and Let There Be Carnage?
Yes.
Okay. So you're 2 for 5.
2 for 5.
I'll see the new one. It'll be on digital in like a week, I'm sure.
Right. And
go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree with you. It's a shame, but they just still
And then
don't.
we got Craven.
Right. They don't seem to really understand how to make a movie if Kevin Feige is not directly involved. I mean, he's throwing a producer credit on top of these Venom movies, most likely because it's wrapped up in Marvel. But yeah, no, Dom's right. They're all terrible movies right now.
Yeah, but again, I'm not mad at most of them. Like,
No,
to be
no.
fair, Madam Web is number 29 for its entire run at 100
Right.
million.
Like, I'm angry that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of sucked. I'm not mad that the Venom movies aren't doing well. Like that's more of a eh. Because the Venom movies aren't lifted up to be this is going to be such an amazing movie. It's just, hey, we're done Venom 3. It's coming out in 2 months. What? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's pretty much how it was. It was like, hey, we got finished Venom and it'll be out later this year. And it's like, what? Right. Sony
Yeah,
is
look,
trying
do
for
it.
Spider-Man to carry a movie without Spider-Man.
Yeah, and the funny part is they can't even brand Spider. Like, we've gone through 3 Venom movies without the Spider-Man branding or backstory for Venom, which is wild.
Right.
Um,
But we got Danny
but like I
Ross.
said, the first one I can watch 100 times. It's great.
Yeah.
Just but it's a like, hey, do the laundry, do other stuff around the house, have it on in the background, and all these. So, and the problem is we don't let Hollywood make movies like that anymore.
No.
Right? Like, it's oh my god, it didn't make $1 billion. It's a complete flop. Or look, it's just all action and flash on screen, which is fine if we didn't think that everything had to have massive stakes.
Right.
And look, as a person that criticizes all the stuff that doesn't have massive stakes, I get it. But I'll appreciate a movie that knows what it is, and I don't think these Venom movies ever tried to pretend to be anything different.
No.
Madam Web did,
Right. Right. But
which was its problem.
That's why these Venom movies are fine. Like again, going back to Doctor Strange, that movie was trying to be something to set something up that it looks like Marvel is kind of trying to close down and do away with um, over the next year or so, which we'll talk about. I don't know about tonight, but at some point. I wanted to mention that Netflix has a new feature coming out. Netflix is adding a new feature to allow users to share their favorite scenes from movies and TV shows through the app. It's called Moments.
That sounds awful.
It's going to allow users on mobile devices to share scenes from titles on the streamer with friends and on social media. Much the same as we grab clips from YouTube and share them. Netflix is like, hey, let's do this on our app now.
That sounds awful, but I am not one of the people that they are targeting with that because I do not watch Netflix on the app.
No, neither do I.
And if I did, what am I going to share? Spoilers? Like, what are you doing?
But like, if I want to clip a scene from a movie, I'm going to go to YouTube, and it's probably already clipped in there. So I don't need to go to the app and do that. There's
and can you only share in the app?
No, it says the social media.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of movie pages out there that do like ranking lists and like top scenes and this and that. Like, I don't need to do that through the app, like, ever.
No.
Martin Lawrence, he's really good in the Bad Boys movies.
Is he?
Yeah, he's going to take one of his 90s action comedy movies and do a sequel to it. Now,
Blue Streak.
Yeah. It doesn't
I
need
love
a
Blue Streak.
sequel. So do I. I could watch Blue Streak from the beginning to the end.
Speaking of popcorn action movies,
There was nothing not funny about Blue Streak.
No, it was great.
I
love that movie.
Still throw quotes from that movie up today randomly.
I didn't even know that was the movie you were mentioning, but I was like, what's my favorite Martin Lawrence movie from the 90s? It was that one.
Yeah, so he wants to do a sequel. He's going to star and produce in the sequel, along with, it's going to be produced by the actor's siblings, Robert Lawrence and Ray Proctor, as well as Stacey Lyles, the original producer Toby Jaffe, via his RDV Films banner. I mean,
and Luke Wilson's got to come back, right?
Look, watching Bad Boys, the last Bad Boys, Martin Lawrence didn't seem like himself. Now, I love Martin Lawrence, and I love all the stuff he did in the 90s was great. His stand up, I've been a fan of his since House Party.
Like the last Bad Boys or the latest Bad
The
Boys?
last two, actually. Like the latest one,
Okay.
he definitely just it sounded more like he was just kind of slurring a little bit through it. Now I don't know if he had a medical thing or if that's just he's older now and that's the way it is. I still love the movie. I am a Bad Boy, fanboy. Like Fast and the Furious. You put a Bad Boys movie out, I'm gonna watch it. Um, Black Knight. So Black Knight, Dom says, was terrible. It was, but it was fun.
Lies.
But it was fun. It was. It was awful, but it was fun. Dave Chappelle in Blue Streak is also, as Dom said, hilarious.
To be fair, Black Knight was in the 2000s, but the dance scene
What
with
with the
all
band?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. So that's
Why?
my
Because you knew it was going to suck. Like the movie was, all of those movies are none of them are great, but they're all great because they roll it or lean into the fact that they're not great.
right. That's what I want in my movies. Um, did you know there's a Bruce Springsteen biopic coming?
It did. It stars your buddy from the Bear.
Jeremy Allen White.
You've
Uh,
watched all the episodes of the Bear, I'm sure by now.
all of them twice. So that just started filming. I dig these. I won't go see the Bob Dylan one because I can't stand his voice in song. But
Fair.
I'm sure it's very good. Like these biopics that they've been doing are really good. I wanna see a Tom Petty one. I want to see the Bruce Springsteen one. I'm all in for it.
I don't. I don't know that I care enough about any of the look. And as a musician myself, I don't
Right.
know that I care enough about how any of these guys got their start. Like, hey, and then because there's always a and then it turned. The behind the music's
I got my
moment.
start in Jersey.
But I feel like none of these guys were on behind the music because there wasn't those moments. It's like Bruce Springsteen like grinded it out and played the gigs and kept getting bigger and bigger and locked on at the right point and just kept going. And
He's from
this movie's got to
Jersey.
end. I guarantee the movie ends by the time like Born in the USA comes out.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was peak. I don't know. Maybe you'll get to Philadelphia.
I doubt it. Streets of Philadelphia. I don't know.
Hey, Jersey.
Yeah,
He's from Jersey.
I don't think. I think you get to like '84 when he was the biggest thing, and your last shot of the movie is him in the white shirt with the
Yeah.
bandana in the back pocket, and that's your closing. Right, that's your outshot.
No Courtney Cox.
I mean, look, she looks close enough. She could go do it.
So the
I mean, she's in Scream 19 coming out next year, so she's still doing this thing.
she was.
No, she is in the new one.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Sorry,
Or Neve.
I was
She
looking
was in
at
the last one. She was good in the last one. She had a bigger role than I expected in the last one.
I'm not a big
She,
horror. I'm not a horror guy.
horror, I know,
I'll take
but
your- I'll take-
I did a binge of the Scream movies not too long ago, so I caught up.
20th Century Fox, the studios gave an update on a bunch of franchises and whether we're going to see more of them or not. So I'm going to
Oh.
give you those, and you can tell me thumbs up or thumbs down for these. Some of these.
Great.
Alien. We're getting a sequel to Alien Romulus. It's in active development.
Didn't we just get a sequel to Alien Round? Isn't that? Didn't you mention that in the box office?
No, I think it wasn't in the box office, but I think that's what this is.
Yeah, there's already one out. I mean, cool.
Yeah.
Keep the Alien. They're same thing, right? They're sci-fi for sci-fi's sake that fall into a joint universe. Cool.
Predator. We're getting 2 movies slated for release in 2025, including Predator Badlands.
Yeah, I don't love that they took the Prey character and just completely dropped it or just keeping the Predator part going. So I thought they could have done some really cool stuff with Amber Midhunter.
Yeah.
Or Mid-Thunder. Sorry.
Avatar Fire and Ash is on track for December 2025. Cool.
Don't care.
Yep, don't care. Free Guy. No immediate plans for a sequel. They're waiting on a good idea. I like to hear that.
There's not. Because anything they do with that will be because that was the Lego movie. It's all that movie was. It was the Lego movie.
Ryan
and
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the other Chris. The fourth Chris, Ryan Reynolds.
I don't mind that there's no plans for a sequel right now. Kingsman, no plans for anything anytime soon.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's one that
I enjoy the Kingsman series.
Agatha Christie. And then there were none. Witness for the prosecution, Miss Marple are all in development. Cool if you like that. It's not my thing, but
Sure. Look, I enjoyed Murder, She Wrote. Is that the same thing?
no, not really.
I mean, it could
Agatha,
be. You don't know.
Master and Commander. Remember that Russell Crowe monstrosity of
Yeah, yeah. That's already. They filmed the sequel, didn't they?
there's a prequel has a script in
Oh,
place,
God
just
damn
needs
it.
a director.
Got it.
There's a director free that was attached to a Star Wars movie that I'll mention in a minute. Die Hard, no plans, period. And that's the way it should be. Leave it alone.
Correct.
Leave that alone. Planet of the Apes has a new sequel coming in 2027. I really do need to catch up on those because those are
So I
fun.
keep doing them.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I didn't see the latest one yet. The first three were great.
Yep.
The Caesar trilogy was amazing.
Loved it. And Speed needs a good idea and the involvement of Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. So that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So they
Yeah,
won't
'cause-
make another. They knew they messed up on Speed 2 without having Keanu back.
It's fair. Yeah, let's just let that one live where it was. I mean, Sandra Bullock will be in her mid-60s by the time you have another one. So action star might not continue to be in her wheelhouse, even though she just had that movie with Channing Tatum, The Lost City, a couple years ago.
I'm
sure she'll be in Ocean's 17.
I'm gonna speed run a couple things so we can get to the TV shows real fast. The Mandalorian and Grogu reportedly wraps filming. It's on track for a May 2026 release. So another year to wait, two
Long
years
time.
basically for that. Great.
Can't wait. Sure.
Yeah, great. Thank you for making us wait longer.
Excited for no Star Wars content on Disney Plus next year.
Right.
Thanks.
Because I don't think they have anything animated coming either, right?
No, but they dropped their animated stuff like out of nowhere.
Okay.
Like the Bad Batch seasons. They were like, hey, there's a new season of Bad Batch tomorrow.
Woo. 2025 kind of sucks because Spider-Man 4 is coming July 24th, 2026. That's another 2 years out or year and a half out or whatnot.
Yep.
And that there also, if you want, there's pictures online of Nicolas Cage in his Spider-Man noir costume. Looks great.
Isn't that animated?
Nope. Live action.
What?
Live action. It's Amazon Prime.
Then I'm not in on that anymore. I thought that was an animated show.
Nope.
Then I'm not as into that as I thought I was going to be.
Oh, look at the pictures. He looks good.
We do have Andor for next year, by the way.
Okay. And that's
it.
What do we get? 8 episodes? Roughly 8 to 10?
I think it's 8.
Okay. And that leads us right
God damn it is live action.
That leads us right into the Agatha spoilers.
But he plays an old grizzled version of Spider-Man noir. Okay.
It's Nicolas Cage. Starring John Travolta.
I know. Look, I love Nicolas Cage. It's fine. I really thought that was animated though. Best episode of the season.
It's one of the best episodes of Marvel TV ever.
Wow. It's a bold claim.
It is not just my claim, but episode 7, hold on, I'm going to find it, is the highest rated. It scored higher than. So here it is. Only one episode of the MCU TV has ever scored higher than Agatha All Along's episode 7 in 90 attempts. So there's been 90 episodes of MCU TV. And only one episode, which I should have off the tip of my tongue, and I don't. What is the highest? Oh my God. I can't find it in this article.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Go ahead, talk a minute.
Yeah, so look, the fact that which one? What do you got?
Loki season 2 ending Glorious Purpose is the highest rated Marvel TV series episode on IMDb of all time. this episode comes in just under it. Go ahead.
So I would say that the people doing those ratings don't know what they're talking about because Loki was on the list. But anyway, yeah, the fact that again, this goes back to like smart writing, right, and smart producing and making a show well. Whereas this one, like you get, and they haven't done it well in most of the Marvel stuff, but you get like, in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you get where they'd set up for 2 years that Mac was getting fat, and you didn't pick it up, and then out of nowhere, Mac's just huge.
Right.
But you get that like they'd been planting these seeds through the whole thing. We were like, what is she doing? And it always stood out. So you remember it, and then every one of those is a callback this episode where you get this throughput.
Yep.
Of that whole conversation that Patti LuPone's character, Lila, what's her name, Lillian?
Yeah.
Lilia. Yeah, that she was having that whole stretch and how it all plays back in, and the fact that it goes back to when she was like a little girl hundreds of years ago and like popped in there, but then she didn't have the problem for like a long time, and then it came back, and why it popped in as soon as she met Joe Locke again, and the teen, really well played. The whole thing. I was concerned. I was like, we're not going to get Sashir Zameda and her this episode at all. And then it turned into her episode. I was like, this is great.
It was so well done the way they wove going backwards and forwards. It wasn't murky and muddy. And it was, so one of the things I read was the swords that were hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Not CGI. Real swords hanging from piano wire that were dropping.
That's great. I love it.
Again, small budget, practical effects. Absolutely, probably one of the best episodes. So a couple of things that they revealed about that episode: the Salem 7 are all dead. They're out of the picture now.
All dead. Is that official? That's official?
That's official from the showrunner. I only counted 5.
Yeah.
But apparently they're all dead. All the deaths up to this point, permanent deaths. No takesies, backsies. Okay. So Agatha, Billy, and Jen are the only 3 to continue on right now.
Well, and Rio.
Well, Rio was revealed finally, big shock, as Lady Death or Death.
Yeah, didn't love that reveal.
It was
that was the weakest part of the episode, was that reveal.
Yeah. But so the way they wove the hex breaking down over Westview right at the time he dies, and the sigil and like all of that stuff was so well going back and connecting those dots in the right way, I thought was perfectly done.
It was all very well played. 100%.
This is when you have good writing and you have a showrunner that knows what they're doing and pays attention to detail and doesn't just willy-nilly kill off maybe one of your most popular characters in the second episode in the middle of a town square.
Where you use your great cast.
Yes.
To the utmost of having a great cast. I guarantee Patti LuPone still has no idea she was in a Marvel show, but it's fine. She's like, this is Hocus Pocus 3, right?
Right. But she's great.
And even the Disney callbacks there when they did Agatha as the Wicked Witch and the teen is Maleficent.
Oh, so good.
You got the Wicked Stepmother in her disguise for Sashir Zameda. It was great.
And when she asked, when he said, is Wanda still alive? And she was like, no, yes, maybe. I mean, hey, Dylan.
Blast from the past, Dylan.
How are you? Look,
it's hockey season. Dylan must be back. Yeah. Look, my kid made me watch the game last night. Let's not talk about it.
I don't want to talk about that game. Let's talk about the Vancouver game, the game before that. Anyway, a great episode. Absolutely. Yeah, great episode.
100%.
Where else am I going?
Superman and Lois and the Penguin.
Look,
we had left.
Let's do Superman and Lois real fast.
Let's do it.
I originally thought bringing him back that fast was like, wait a minute, that's messed up. Until they gave him a little twist, and he's not super powerful Superman anymore. He's not as strong as he was before he passed away. Well, before he was killed.
Well, we don't know about that yet,
Well,
right?
as of this episode, he's a weaker Superman than he was. It could be the heart, because he's got a human heart now, the human heart of a 60-year-old man.
Yep.
I enjoyed that play. Here's what I don't want to happen. Don't make the emo kid bad, please. Please.
Oh, they're definitely no. They're fighting that instinct. I think. I think the writing is going to be better than that.
Okay.
But I don't know if you saw the trailer for the second half of the season.
I did.
You're going to get superpowers era Lex Luthor in full armor.
Yep. Saw
And
that.
clean shaven Lex Luthor. Now, like, I can't wait. The setup they did for him was so great and made him so much more menacing than anybody that they've done.
Yep.
We talked about it last week. I think they're doing a great job setting all of that up. And I think we're gonna keep being there.
Do you think that we get the end of this series as Superman retires from being Superman and he goes,
Yeah, and his kids replace him.
and
Yeah,
the kids take his place?
yeah, I do.
I think maybe Dom mentioned this, or maybe it was you. I don't remember who. Somebody mentioned it to me that this will be the first Superman show that gives Superman an actual ending.
Yeah, that was me. I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
That's right. That Superman is actually going to get an actual ending.
Yeah, like a plan. Yeah, they haven't gotten to do it in any of the previous iterations.
Smallville was close.
Yeah, but Smallville wasn't an ending, right? Because it was, but it was like
It
set it up where like you could easily do a movie sequel off that.
Right.
This will actually give a close to the character, which will be, there hasn't really been done anywhere.
No.
So I think it's going to be continue to be really well done. I'm glad we got the Kyle and Chrissy Beppo storyline out of the way, and we don't have to worry about them the rest of the season now.
Yes.
Which they did have to throw in that episode, like, hey, remember we were on the CW? Here's the wedding.
Right.
With the drama and the relationship stuff, here you go. But it did give them a nice chance to touch on some of the Lois and Clark and their relationship through the years and play that in. And I didn't have a problem with the wedding thing.
No.
It was just funny to be like, all right, I got it. It's not, if there's not an event at the farmhouse to keep costs down, it's not a season on the CW. And it was a little creepy when they kept going into the age thing with because Kyle and Chrissy's mom looked like a great couple. I was like, oh, they should be the couple. I got it. Because he looked so much more at ease with her than he's ever looked with his future wife.
Yeah, that feels so forced. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
But I'm enjoying the show. I'm looking forward to tonight's episode that I'll watch in a couple days. And, we have.
I'll spoil it for you in a couple hours.
We have the 2-part WandaVision
Agatha
finale on Wednesday. It starts at 6.
Is that Wednesday or Thursday? They're releasing it on Wednesday? I thought they were putting it out on Halloween. I might be wrong.
Oh, you might be right. It is. Hold on. Where is it? It is a Halloween event.
It is the day before.
Wednesday, October 30th at 9 p.m.
All right.
2 episodes together.
You keep reading those West Coast articles, man. It's messing you up with the 6 p.m.
Well, I'm telling you, it's releasing the day before Halloween, together, both episodes together.
Yeah, well, that's fine. They're going to be 25 minutes each, so it'll be one episode.
Before we get to the Penguin here, Dylan chimes in with his Venom. He loved the Venom finale more than the previous one. Plots made no sense, but he's enjoyed all 3 because they're just fun movies, and that's the point. That's what we said.
Yeah.
We said those movies they didn't have that gravitas, and it's, oh my God, this is the whole cinematic universe is depending on this movie to set stuff up. Cool. I like it. All right. Last thing, Penguin.
What'd you think?
Another stellar episode.
Yeah, look, if Melody doesn't win the Emmy, they're doing it wrong.
The end was great. The final shot of the scene of the show was just perfect. Like,
Yeah, look, everything in the show was fantastic this week. I don't know how much time is supposed to pass. I think not as much as it seems.
no.
But for the mushrooms to grow from 2 buckets to like wild down there, it seems like it would have taken more than like a minute.
Yep.
So I don't know how long they've been living in that squalor and stuff with his mom, but the the acting from everybody on this show is it shows you what happens when HBO invests is like, we're gonna make an HBO show.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be set with this, but it's gonna be an HBO show, and you're gonna get high quality writing, acting, the whole 9 yards. Um, yeah, especially when Victor and what's his name,
Yep.
Squid, right?
Squid.
Uh, when that part happens and it goes down between the two of them, the the way that actor treats it, and you could tell visibly, like he had reacted, and he continued to react through the next scene, where it's the play between him and Oz when he comes into the room is one of the best scenes. They should both be nominated for what they're doing right there. But
Yeah.
like watching him and the way that he can't look the guys in the eyes, you see a difference to his way he carries himself, his demeanor, everything about him, from having finally killed somebody,
Yeah.
right? Which it should have a drastic effect on you, but the fact that you get to see that in his portrayal, and it wasn't like in and out, and all of a sudden he's fine.
Yep.
Like he kept it going and drew it out and milked it for all. It was fantastic.
Um, you had Oz promising to kill his mom if her condition gets worse. Like, that's real shit. Like, that was some real. The acting between the two of them was so good. Um, the um, the scene between Sophia and Eve was. I mean, I really wasn't sure what if she was going to kill her or not. I kind of expected her to kill
Mm-mm.
her, and she didn't. And it was like, wow, okay. Um, Penguin uniting all the gangs together. That was good. And the end scene with her standing there with a crowbar while Victor's dancing with his mom is just like, oh my god. Let me ask you a question about Sophia.
Yeah.
Do do we have enough of a sample size of Sophia, we'll call her Sophia Gigante, as a better villain than Heath Ledger's Joker yet? Do you have enough of a sample size to compare the two yet, or do we have to wait? Because apparently she's got a really big role in the next Batman movie.
I mean, she's been on screen way more than Heath Ledger was as the Joker.
Yep.
Right, so it's not an apples to apples, right? Like Heath Ledger was probably, if we look at that movie, he was probably on screen as Joker for 35 minutes, maybe. She's been on. We're 6 episodes in now, right? So she's been on screen for probably 3 hours. I guarantee you, she's been on screen more time than that movie was long. So I think sample size is more than enough.
33 minutes.
Episode 4, right? She was in the Arkham episode. She was in that episode more than he was in that entire movie. I think, as I said, if she doesn't win multiple awards for her portrayal on this show, they're doing something wrong. But I think this will sweep everything next year. I think she's fantastic. Look, I thought Heath Ledger's Joker was good. I didn't think it was the be all end all that everybody else is, but I have a different view of the Joker. I think you could evolve her into the Joker and do a complete twist on your character and be phenomenal. They won't.
But has she eclipsed his villainness?
No, but he wasn't but other characters in this universe already have.
Fair.
I don't think that the problem is they continue to make Oz likable. So
Yeah.
what the show has to figure out how to do is, in the next 2 episodes, make him a villain. He's not a villain right now.
He's really not. He's more of a caring.
Like, you always knew Tony Soprano was a villain,
but you rooted for him the whole show.
Right, but you knew he was a bad guy. You don't get that Oz is a bad guy. Like,
no,
and I don't know what it is, right? Because he like set 2 people on fire for like no real reason. But like it doesn't. That's what's missing from this. Like feeling
Right.
that like that underlying like this guy's just a bad person. You don't get the bad person thing from him, right? You get like doing what he has to do to support his mom and get ahead, and he was beat up and downtrodden, all this, right? Like
Yeah.
that's how they're playing it that way, which is okay. But like they haven't flipped that switch yet, so I'm intrigued to see if in the next 2 episodes they flip that switch and make him into the villain that
Yeah.
he's not
Well,
yet.
I mean, I guess you're gonna kind of have to at this point, right?
I
Like
I hope. Well, if he's in the Batman too, we don't know.
they haven't. Yeah, they haven't said if he is or not. I hope he is. But then again, does he want to put all that stuff on again? Can they find a way to make him look like that without him spending 4 hours in makeup?
I mean, poor guy, get paid $15 million. Sorry, bud. Sorry, I'm gonna write you this massive check that most people, more than anybody else, will ever make in their lives that is not in Hollywood. But you're gonna have to sit in a chair for a couple hours. Okay. Again,
In the Batman,
you know, it goes back to screen time, right? He was probably in the Batman for like 20 minutes, maybe. That was a 9-hour movie, so it could be longer.
Apparently, he's going to be back in the Batman 2 as the Penguin. So
yeah, so I hope they make him a bad guy by then. Well, TV example, right? So like the Penguin on Gotham, right? Which I love to go back to because I thought Robin Taylor, whatever his name was
yeah,
fantastic.
yes, absolutely.
You always knew that he was a bad guy.
Right.
There was never a doubt in your mind, but you also watched him like be the brunt of all of these jokes and all of this meanness and chaos, and you'd feel for the guy a little bit, but like you knew that he was crazy and a bad guy.
Yeah.
So like you could do it, but I don't know that this show's done that yet, and I don't know why they're taking that route with Oz. So we'll see if this is what twists him. Whatever happens next episode, and then we get the fall of Oz in episode 8, which could be great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they bring this around.
And look, I'm excited to see what they keep doing with Victor too. I guess like I said when we first started watching the show, like I loved that kid in Runaways. He was great.
He's great in this show. And now is that Stutter's an act?
Yeah.
Okay, that's even better. Even better. I love it.
Well, I wonder if 1 or 2 more kills, you watch that stutter go away and his character transform.
I mean,
right? That's another way to transform.
sure.
And all of a sudden now this guy has full confidence. He carries himself different, and he becomes a complete psychopath, which we'll see what happens with Sophia in the next episode, right? We're set up that like, does Sophia, you said she's going to make it supposedly. She's going to make it. That makes me feel like Victor and Mom don't. So we'll see how that plays out.
I'm not looking up to see if Victor's going to be in the Batman 2 because I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. They had already said Sophia was, and I looked up the Penguin thing. I didn't see any mention of Victor, and I didn't look for it. I don't want to know. That's all I got.
Yeah. So look, you can find us on anywhere you get your podcasts. Drop us a 5-star rating, a review, all those good things, and you can find me at jackkidmusic.com. Just one hit this week, but filling up the rest of the year. So take a look at the website and the socials to see where to find me. You can find Frank at all the places Frank's at.
Yeah.
At Gimzack and the other places, and on the hockey rink, whatever. Is it a rink still? Yeah.
It is a rink, yeah. We still play in a rink.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. So yeah, thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Woohoo!